This conference will now be recorded.
All right. Sorry about that, everybody. Mayor, you can start.
All right, thank you. Good evening. My name is Joseph. My name is Joseph Altamonte, Mayor of the Borough of Matawan. This is the September 3rd, 2025 teleconference meeting of the Council of the Borough of Matawan, New Jersey. Pursuant to Section 5 of the Open Public Meetings Act, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing in the Asbury Park Press on August 30th, 2025, by sending notice to both the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger on August 22nd, 2025, and by posting. A copy of said notice and has been available to the public and is on file in the office of the Borough Clerk. A copy of said notice has also been sent to such members of the public as have requested such information in accordance with the statute. Conduct borough business as listed on September 3rd, 2025 special meeting agenda, a copy of which is posted on the borough's website at www.matawanborough.com. I ask members of the governing body to please state their name when speaking. The opportunity for public comment will be announced during the teleconference. All public comments shall be held until such time and as individually recognized. Recognized, please state your name and address. Conduct of this teleconference, all participants are asked to remain muted until recognized to speak. If background noise becomes disruptive, the host may mute participants until such time as they are permitted to address the governing body. Thank you. At this time, roll call.
Sure. Members of the governing body, please only respond present when I call your name. I shall go in order of the seating on the dais. Council President Dina Gunn.
Present.
Councilman Arlen Files. Present. Councilman Brian Livesey.
Present.
Mayor Altamonte.
Present.
Councilman Stephen Russell.
Present.
Councilwoman Suzanne Reynolds.
Present.
Councilman Charlie Ross.
Here.
Thank you. Also present is Jonathan Cohen, the Borough Attorney, and myself, Ryan Michelson, Borough Administrator.
All right, thank you. Under old business, the matter before the council is public hearing and consideration for adoption of ordinance 25-16. Ordinance 25-16. Ordinance authorizing a guarantee by the Borough of Matawan and the County of Monmouth, State of New Jersey, of payment of principal and interest on the capital equipment lease revenue bonds, Series 2025, Matawan Aberdeen Regional School District Board of Education project of the Monmouth County Improvement Authority. May I have a motion to open a public hearing?
Motion.
Second. Second.
Roll call, please.
Sure. Council President Gunn.
Yes.
Councilman Files.
Yes.
Councilman Livesey.
Yes.
Councilman Russell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynolds.
Yes.
Councilman Ross.
Yes.
Okay, the public hearing is now opened. Would any member of the public like to speak?
If no one from the public speaks, I have a few concerns, actually, Ryan.
Let's take the public first. It doesn't look like anybody, but let's just hold on a second. Again, anybody from the public would like to speak in regards to ordinance 25-16? All right, I'll take it as no one from the audience. Councilman Reynolds?
Okay, so first, my issue is the fact that this was all null and void from the first reading of the first ordinance due to the fact of lack of communication, which I spoke to the Board of Education recently after we had the 2 votes from the first ordinance, and they were under the impression that there were 2 council members that had voted no, but that it was still going to pass. So that being said, I find it odd that council president is in communication with a liaison that I didn't know we had. Councilman Ross didn't know that we had a liaison directly to the Board of Education. So all of the questions that we had raised and said that we had issues with and that we wanted more information, I believe it was your responsibility to have the liaison either talk to us or to speak to us directly to get that information, so we could have avoided this entire issue to begin with. And the fact that it was posted a day later than it was supposed to and possibly needing to be repriced is a huge concern to people. And finally, my other concern is the fact that, with all due respect, but Councilman Files should not be voting on this. He should be recusing himself. His wife is a second-term, 3-year sitting Board of Education member, and it would be appropriate to recuse himself.
Councilwoman,
She's been recused. She's been.
Councilwoman,
Yeah, go ahead.
go
One at a
ahead,
time,
Councilman Flowers. You can go.
From my best understanding, she has been recused from all conversations and meetings on this for that exact reason. So she knows nothing of the matter. And for that reason, it's not a conflict of interest.
I disagree with that. I think we should get a lawyer to opine on that. You both live in the same household, so whether she recuses herself or not, I don't know what's being talked about behind the scenes. So I would like our borough attorney to weigh in and give us a ruling on that, if both members of the family should recuse themselves, because I find it hard to believe there's not a conflict of interest in this situation.
You both really have to stop playing political games and do your job. That's what it comes down to. You have questions, ask the questions to find out the information. Stop blaming everybody else. Do your job.
No, I asked my questions, and I still don't like my answers.
Also,
Brian?
Hold on.
Also,
One at a
Councilman,
time. One at a time.
Councilman, why are we
Cohen,
having this
please,
meeting
can you be
tonight?
on-
I'm so
Can you hear
sorry.
me?
Who has the floor at the moment, Mayor?
I had asked our attorney, Jonathan Cohen, to speak.
Yeah, I need to understand a little bit more about this situation because this is the first that I'm hearing it. So based on what Councilperson Reynolds said, I'm taking it that Councilman Files's wife is presently on the Board of Education. Is that accurate?
Yes.
That's correct. And she's been recused from all conversations and discussions regarding this matter.
Okay. Insofar as the vote would be a guarantee for potential purchase of equipment for the school board, it could benefit the school board. So my advice would be, probably it would be in the best interest of everybody involved just to avoid the appearance of impropriety and for Councilman Files to recuse himself, just because there's some case law, I think, about members of boards of education who are, spouses. I think the reason why the board, I can't speak as to whether she should recuse or not. That would be up to the board attorney. But the fact that the board attorney has asked her to recuse, or she's decided to recuse on matters involving the town, or at least on this particular matter, suggests to me that she's probably trying to avoid the appearance of a conflict of interest. I'm not saying it's a real conflict of interest, but there could also be an appearance of one that's recognized by the law. So rather than belabor the issue, since I think the votes, not that it really matters, but I think the votes are probably there anyway. We're here on a second reading to finish this. My legal advice would probably be to avoid the conflict. The easiest thing to do would be to recuse.
Very well. Dina, would you like to speak on that?
No, I'm just confused. Are you sure about that or not? Because she's had no bearing on this. And if that's the safer way to go, that's certainly fine. But this was not an issue the first time around, as you're well aware of. Secondly, I would just like to ask, why are we here tonight, Councilwoman?
Why are we here, Dina? Because the fact is, you knew on the first reading that we voted no. You knew on the second reading we were going to vote no. And our
I didn't know
liaison,
you were going to vote. I did not know
yeah,
that you were going to vote no on the second reading. No, I did not.
Annette was told by you that 2 people were against it, but that it was
No,
probably going to go through.
That is not true. That is 100% not true. I did not know how you were going to vote. First of all, you had the information for a month, so you had plenty of time to ask your questions. I got the information the same day that you did, on July 11th. So you had a month to ask your questions. A month.
Well, let's look at the process here.
All right, hold on.
Let's look at the overall process.
Hold on, I don't have a gavel
We
here.
got the information on July 11th.
Hold on.
Mayor is trying to get the floor. Sorry.
All right. So at this time, let's try to get through this meeting. Did you have any other questions, Councilwoman Reynolds?
No.
Anyone else? Council members, any other questions?
If it's the pleasure of the mayor and the council president to recuse, I'm fine with that. Let it be known that I'm for the passing of this ordinance. And then I will leave it to the rest of council to make sure that this happens for the good of our school district.
Any other council members, any questions?
I'd like to speak
for about 5 more minutes.
Hold on. I think Councilman Russell?
Yeah, you have me for about 5 more minutes, and then I have to go.
Okay, good enough. All right, anybody else from the council? Any more questions? All right.
Oh, I said I would like to make a comment.
Is this the council member?
Stephen, I know you got. It's Councilman Ross.
This is Councilman Ross. Yeah.
Stephen, I know you have 5 minutes, so I'll make this quick. I think the process is flawed. The fact that we did find out about it in July was one of my concerns. I think we as a town should make a better effort to be a partner to Board of Education so this doesn't happen again. Again, we had our meeting about this investment vehicle back in, March? I think we should have the same conversation with the Board of Education in March. So if there's a breakdown somewhere, let's fix it and make sure this doesn't happen again, because I think we can save some money for the taxpayers of this town if we had shared services. And if this is a every 7-year project, we should look to make sure that it's a smoother and more efficient process going forward, and that is my concern.
Thank you, Charlie. I have no issue with working with the school district. I agree. We've always tried to do shared services, whether it's with Aberdeen or something that makes sense. But I would just like to state the record. First of all, this is a process that occurs every 2 years. Secondly, the information that was provided on July 11th was provided to everyone at the same exact time. We had from July 11th until the next meeting on August 14th to ask any questions. And you asked questions, am I correct?
I did ask questions.
Okay, so you were able to get the information. In addition, if there were any other questions, we had the superintendent, the business administrator, the board president, members of the school board there in attendance that could answer those questions. So you either decided to vote no because you were being
I didn't like the answers I got,
or two, you did it because you didn't realize you would sink a bond without 4 votes. So that's the reason we're here today.
I voted no because.
Excuse me, I'm speaking right now. So that's the reason we're here, wasting time, wasting additional taxpayer funds. When this is a pro forma issue for the Board of Education, a pro forma issue, that means that it is a pro forma. We don't need to opine on what they're buying or any of that information. It is a pro forma item for the district funds that they are paying from their taxing district. Why would we be against buying things for the schools that the schools are paying for themselves?
Dina, you realize you're a taxpayer and you are paying for it, and my job as an elected official is to protect the taxpayers. So if I have questions, you're damn right I'm going to ask them. And I asked the questions, and I didn't like the answers I got. So I wanted more information. And if you were doing your job and told your liaison that, hey, Charlie Ross on our council does not like the answers he got, why don't you reach out to him and provide him more information? Simple as that. Again, there's a blurred line here because we are left in the dark. I have questions. I didn't like the answers. So I'm going to keep asking questions. I don't just say yes to say yes.
You can ask questions, but you could have gotten all the answers to those questions questions that night. You could have gotten all the answers to the questions, or for
I
the month
asked the
in
questions
between,
prior
or
to
for
the
month
meeting.
in between.
I asked the
And
questions
you
prior
could
to the
have
meeting.
gotten more. You could have gotten more questions answered. You could have asked that night when you had everybody that had that information in front of you.
And I did, but I was cut off on several occasions.
This was performative, and it would cost everybody time and money. So let's take a vote.
You can be upset all you want, dude. I'm still going to ask questions.
I'm not upset. I just want to state the facts and why we're here tonight and why we have to take this vote and take time out of everybody's schedule and waste more money for the borough.
Councilman Russell probably has a minute or two left, so
2 more minutes.
Let's take a vote. Take a vote.
All right. So first, let's close the public session. Could I have a motion?
Motion.
Motion.
I got a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passed, Ryan.
Yes, the motion is passed, Mayor.
And now, ordinance 25-16. Could I have a motion to adopt?
Mike, I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Second.
Borough Administrator, roll call, please.
Sure. Council President Gunn.
Yes, and I'm sorry we had to do this again.
Councilman Filas.
Abstain with support for passage.
Councilman Livesey.
Yes.
Councilman Russell.
Yes.
Councilwoman Reynolds.
Yes.
Councilman Ross.
Yes.
The ordinance is hereby adopted. Adequate public notice of its adoption will be published in accordance with the statute.
Thank you.
Now we should open for privilege of the floor.
At this
for
time,
anything else.
privilege of the floor.
Accept a motion.
Motion.
Thank you.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? At this time, if anybody from the public would like to speak, you can do so now. Please state your name and your address. So noted. Motion to close privilege of the floor.
I'll make that
Motion.
motion, Mayor.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed?
Okay.
So noted. Motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passed. Thank you and good evening, everyone.